heart is devastated to hear that the remains of the missing amateur MMA fighter, David Koenig, were found. He was the first person that I did my missing video on, and he's also the first person that I saw repeatedly on the news. As I get older, I'm starting to watch the news every morning, and I heard his name on the news, and then I heard it a little while later, and I remember hearing it like 3 times, and finally I was like, does this guy still not been found? Like, what's going on? Not only that, it was in an area that's, really close to me, so it caught my attention. And then the Gabby Petito case happened, and there was a lot of people that were going missing, and you didn't hear about them as much. You didn't know anything about it. I read more about it on Facebook than I have heard anything on the news about cases, YouTube, social media, and I really just became so interested in it. And so this one hits really hard. All of them hit hard, but the point of all of this is I really just was praying that he would be found, that this would be a happy ending, and just read with me and we can kind of walk through this together. So, police in Branson, Missouri said they identified the remains of David Koenig, an amateur mixed martial arts fighter who had been missing for almost 2 years. The skeletal remains were found in the woods last week by a man who was looking for deer antlers, Branson, Missouri Department announced in the statement. Investigators from the police and coroner's office found some of his personal belongings while searching for the area, and the forensic dentist confirmed it was Koenig, who was 25 when he went missing. Koenig was reported last seen February 8th, 2020, and was reported missing that March. We are just heartbroken, his mother, Tracy Koenig, said in a statement to CNN, and although David had been missing/gone for 22 months, it does not make it any easier. What we are feeling now is just indescribable pain. She said she had feared her son had been killed, but it was still hard to learn that he had died alone, which I can't even imagine as a parent, as a friend, as a loved one. This is the part that, for me, I feel like leaves more questions than answers. And not only that, I just feel like this didn't help any with closure or getting to the next answers that come after finding somebody. A forensic pathologist found no trauma during an examination and determined that the death did not appear to be the result of foul play. Police said in a statement, I'm hoping that this helps ease a little bit of the burden, Assistant Police Chief Eric Smith told CNN-affiliated KYTV in Springfield. The Taney County Coroner's Office and CNN that Conan's manner of death is undetermined and the cause is still unknown. After Koenig was reported missing, Branson police worked with several law enforcement areas and conducted multiple searches of the property in Downey and Stone counties in Missouri and across the state line in Boone County, Arkansas, police said in their statement. 2 of these searches, excavations of suspicious area of disrupted earth. Conan's mother is an admin for 14,400 member Facebook group that has organized searches for her son and shared information on this case. Loved ones described Koenig as a big man with an even bigger heart. Training with him was always a pleasure. He cared about the group and always there to listen, support his teammates, a true gentle giant, said TJ Tilley, the head coach of Branson's Fight Club. Conan's dad, Rick, runs a martial arts gym in Branson and said training his son in the sport his entire life. I mean, since he was a baby and he grew up on the mats, he said. His son was his best friend. David worked towards becoming a professional fighter. He lost his first fight after injuring his foot in the cage, but then won the next 5 fights. And his dad, you could just tell he was his biggest fan. He was on the right path to do great things, Richard Koenig said, adding his son was a phenomenal man. Conan's mother said he lived like a rock star and everyone's friend. He was the guy you meet once and never ever forget. He was an incredible person with so much left to give, and I'm so incredibly proud to call him my son. With that being said,
So, the end result to David being missing is absolutely heartbreaking. When doing this case, I really did think that there would be a happy ending, and that is entirely what I hoped for. My heart breaks for his family, and I hope that they end up getting more answers than questions. At this point, I think I just have more questions than answers. Um, and that is really the devastating part. I hope that somebody thoroughly goes through this case and continues to just dive in until there's absolutely nothing left but answers and no longer questions. My heart breaks for his family, and I hope they get closure. I hope they get kindness. I hope they get answers. I hope they get every good thing in this world, because nothing can replace losing their son. This world is much better. This world is much better having known him, and I obviously personally did not know him, but it was my pleasure to read about him and what an accomplished man, young man he was, and how much passion he had, how many people just had nothing but good things to say about him, how his family never stopped looking for him and will continue to always get answers. I respect that, and I'm just so sorry they didn't get their happy ending. But I hope and I pray that the right person gets this case, the right technology is there, that they won't have to wait long periods of time to get answers. I pray they get those answers soon, and that they get the closure that they deserve. Subscribe to my channel and watch me do more missing videos. I promise at some point it will get better and the videos will be good quality. I am doing my best. Know it comes from my heart, and though the quality of the video editing is still being learned, all the facts are 100% true. You can verify them for yourselves, and I thank you for all your time, your attention, and I hope we find everybody that we're looking for. And if we don't find them, I pray that their family gets answers. Everybody deserves to be found, and never forget that. Somebody will always fight for you. And even if you don't have anybody and your name is out there, I will hopefully help get your story and your face out. I love you all. Be safe. Thank you for watching, and hit subscribe, please.